your impact on others. And when I think of making an impact on others, I'm going to share another video here, and it talks about a little bit of how to lead, and making sure that you're straight when you lead. By the way, this is Alan Stein. For any guys that are basketball fans, he helped a lot of the elite in the basketball industry. I met him about a year ago at a conference. But here's a little video by Alan Stein. Jason, give me a thumbs up that you can hear it.
You do something that steps out of bounds or undermines the standards you've created to be a national championship level team, it's an act of selfishness. Same thing with not being the best version of yourself. If you choose to come to practice and you chose not to get a good night's sleep, you chose not to hydrate, you chose not to eat well, you chose not to go in and get your therapy, you made all of those decisions, you're basically choosing yourself over the team. You are choosing to be selfish when you come to practice and you're not prepared. Because the only way you guys can actualize your potential is if every one of you comes every single day as the best version of yourself. So don't let selfishness win out. And selfishness is a natural tendency. That's what makes all of this so hard.
And this is Tony Robbins, another guy that can help you, getting you to a place to lead at a high level.
Life. We experience life we focus on. Meaning there's what's wrong is always available, so is what's right. Whatever you focus on, you feel, even if it's not true. If you imagine something horrible is going to happen, you feel it. You're in your body, right? So focus equals feeling. Focus equals reality to the individual. Every moment we're deciding what to focus on, but most of us don't decide consciously. It's based on habit. So we're not in control. But we can consciously choose what to focus on. Let's take 3 patterns of focus for your audience. Which of these do you tend to spend more time in? Do you tend to focus more on what you have or what's missing? If you constantly focus on what's missing, it'll make you keep pushing, but it's very hard to sustain deep levels of happiness because you're all focused on what's missing. I'm missing the love of my life. I'm missing this. I'm missing that. That puts them in a state of frustration, anger, sadness, or ultimately depression. All of us focus on both things, right? But which one do you focus more on, can or can't control?
To the average person, we focus on what we don't have. To the average person, we focus on what I have no control over.
That's right.
President, what am I going to do? Election, taxes, oh my God, drones, what's going on over here?
And you know what that produces? Anxiety, fear, frustration.
Level. Yes.
High stress, anger, right? Third question. Do you tend to focus on the past, the present, or the future? We all do all 3. Where do you spend more time? The happiest people focus on the present.
I agree.
Right?
I totally agree.
So the key is flexibility.
Right.
If you focus on the past, you can't change it. So it's, unless you're focused on something wonderful, which most people don't, that's not where you want to spend your time.
So what does that mean in regards to leadership? What that means in regards to impact to others? So the challenge people have in a leadership capacity, and you want to make a difference in others' lives, is staying in the present. It's staying in a place where you're ready to mentor someone. You're ready to make an impact. So what I do when I'm developing and coaching people, whether it's running offices and running businesses, or it's, in a day-to-day sales capacity, I just tell them to, keep up with me. I'm not here to motivate you. You should be motivated if you're already, I believe you're motivated when you showed up. And if you're not, then this may not be a good fit for you. If you're not motivated to take control of your life and to live your best life and to get ahead, our model in sales is not, it may not be a good fit. I'm here to show you what's possible. I'm going to set the pace, but you have to keep up with me. You have to keep up with me. This isn't in our industry, in our organization, it's not a position where you just, hey, you clock in, clock out, and you show up. Okay, I have a job. Yay. That's great. Yes, those are all positive things. But in our industry, it's what you put in, you get out. Right. And I'm like a trainer at the gym. I have a trainer on Tuesdays. He doesn't lift the weight for me. He literally gives me tips and guidance on how to perfect my form, how to not hurt myself if I'm like trying to lean my back into lifting up the weight. If he lifts the weight, he's working out, right? That's like in our business with sales. If a new person's not aggressively pitching and getting after it, I'll point out, hey, you may want to start pitching, just, there's metrics to hit as you're onboarded, right? Like if you miss these metrics, we say thank you, but no thank you. Because there's things that we expect when they come in, right? But you have to, again, Step one of this is you, right? Step two doesn't happen, meaning making an impact on others and growing in leadership and developing people. That doesn't happen when step one is constantly a problem, right? I see people a lot where they grow a little bit. They start getting a team and they start having one or two guys on their team. And they start becoming responsible for others. And then they stop doing the things they were doing. And then they're talking about having and maintain. How do you keep your attitude? And they got a leader in the team. I'm like, what are you talking about? Like the reason it's like a roller coaster. And then that's what happens when people get one guy on their team and then they never promote anyone ever again. Right? It's because they're not consistently doing the things for themselves to make an impact at a high level. But you have to be good in order for step two to make an influence on others. Step one has to be in your rearview mirror. Like your state, your story, your actions, your sleep, your eat, your exercise, that has to be in the rearview mirror if you want step two, an influence and an impact at a high level.